Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Bring in ESPN basketball analyst LaChina Robinson. So, LaChina, 4 of the biggest stars out to begin the season. What kind of an impact does this loss of star power have on the league?
Yeah, Ryan, it's obviously unfortunate that we'll be starting the WNBA season without 5 of the 10 all-league performers from last year. But the good news is many of them are expected to make a return before the end of the summer. Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Angel McCautry, all of them missing for various reasons.
Who the fuck is that guy?
But hopeful to see them before the end of the summer. So that's the good news. But the other thing is that the WNBA is comprised of 144 of the best players in the world. And this is the most talent that we have seen in the league to date. So there is no lacking of star power whatsoever.
Lying bitch. She is lying like a motherfucker. I know that. Ooh, that TSA shit tingles. This motherfucker's lying.
What we'll see this summer is more of the faces that are up next, whether we're talking about a Tiffany Hayes or a Kayla McBride or a Asia Wilson, Jonquel Jones. There's definitely that next tier of players that we'll see more of with some of those bigger stars out. But also, there's some at the top that we don't need to forget about, like Elena Deladon and Candace Parker and Elizabeth Cambage. So there's definitely a lot of star power in the WNBA, and they won't be lacking to start the season.
And you know, with all the star power, you would think the salaries would be there, but here's Breanna Stewart going overseas to play, gets injured, out for the season. What has to happen with the WNBA in order to give the players the kind of wage that would keep them from having to play overseas in the off-season?
And to show you this noble art, I've got a pancake. It's cold, it's cooked, but it's good for demonstration purposes. And of course, a pan.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we'll be starting the WNBA season without the reigning MVP, in particular because she sustained an injury overseas while trying to supplement her income. And I mean, honestly, there's no easy or quick fix to this. And I think what people don't understand when it comes to the wage gap in the WNBA versus overseas is some of the top players in this league are making plus $1 million or plus millions overseas from what they're making here. I used to be one of those people that said, hey, the NBA has money. How about they just open the purse strings and make up for it? But the NBA is already reporting that they are losing money on the WNBA. So it's hard to say you should pay more with less. Now, there are a couple of changes, though, that I think can be made in the CBA that would help this. One is if we're able to see an increase in the max salary for top players in order to keep them in market in the offseason, obviously to help with the branding of the league, to help with the marketing of the league. That would go a long way in extending the WNBA's reach. The other thing is there's a new WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, and if she's able to come in and make a lot of changes on the business side, as she's talked about with increasing ticket sales and marketing and obviously helping attendance, that will bring in more revenue. And what that will do is if the WNBA players can increase their percentage of revenue, then they will see more money that will go towards the salaries and what they're getting back. So those are a couple of ways that we could see a change.
Well, I tell you, we hope that change happens because we want them to keep playing here as much as possible.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Well, China, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, my first year, I played in.
We are the longest standing team league for women, and it's for a reason. But we could be further along. And I think a lot of that has to do with not appreciating our game for what it is. It really grinds my gears when they ask us what we need to do differently on the court. We've definitely been in situations where people have asked us to lower the rim. People have asked us to wear tighter uniforms. We don't need to change the game. You have to change how you're presenting it to people so that they can appreciate it for what it is. But I do think that because of the inequality in women's sports, it creates natural businesswomen, it creates natural fighters and natural pioneers. I like to tell people that it's not the end by any means, what we were able to achieve in this newly signed collective bargaining agreement. it's almost illogical to think of the things that we didn't have. But most specifically, the maternal benefits. I mean, we're a league of women.
Well, no fucking shit.
You know, a lot of working women in conventional jobs don't already have what we fought for. That is the reason why we have to keep going. You know, if the buck stops with us, then they have a ceiling, and we don't want to provide a ceiling for anyone. There truly is strength in numbers. It provides that access and that visibility that we all need to expose the world to what we're doing and to invite people to also fight with us.